And we are into round 2. Obviously a little bit late, so we're doing a little bit of catch up. Oh, so it's a Kagero Mel match, interesting. So this is round 2 of our Kagero Cardfight Zero free tournament. Okay, so they both had to go for the 8k vanilla. That's the problem if one person puts down the 8k. So you don't really want to go putting the cornrow behind your vanguard because the opponent calls a Tejas. So it has, then you can just immediately snipe. Whereas if you call the cornrow to the side, then they need a Tejas and another grade 2. Yes, so general natural move is to just go with the cornrow into a perfect guard. So this one that we're watching is XiangXfn, and the other one is Sekiryuutei. So I know Sekiryuutei. He actually won a Busho National event in Team League, I believe. XiangXfn, he's a new player to me, I'm not aware of this person. So this is a very strong move. So he can Cat Blast 1 for the cornrow, and then he's going to unflip that damage off of the Bellicosty Dragon, because when this card hits an opponent's vanguard, you unflip 1. So, of course, that's going to allow him to do that, and the Heat Needle will also probably retire Sekiryuutei's grade 1 Kinmara over here. Kinmara? Kinmara, surely. No trigger, but it's alright, he doesn't require it. So it's 6 cards in hand versus 4 cards in hand, but XiangXfn also has an additional 2 cards in the field. So this is actually an 8 card advantage to 4 cards. Well, now 7, because the Heat Needle obviously disappears. Okay, Dramatic Waterfall. One of the strong things about Dramatic Waterfall is it has an 11k base. The 11k base Vanguard is very awkward to deal with at this point in the game. It looks like it might have a Dramatic Waterfall. Is he going to use the Waterfall's effect? Yeah, it doesn't seem worth it at this stage. Not when the opponent's only on 3 damage. Especially when you've only got a 2 card hand, you have to be very careful about keeping your hand and keeping your advantage in the game. Oh, that's an SP Waterfall. Very nice, pretty. So I see Sekiryuutei doesn't have any grade 2s. This is going to be a lot of damage he's going to take here. This is going to be a big rush turn. Oh, no, he's decided if he wants control, he's going to take out, he's going to take away all of Sekiryuutei's cards from him. Yes, that guarantees that the Tejas is going to take out the rear guard, because he won't be able to hit the waterfall any longer, even without the trigger. So XiangXfn still has the 2 perfect cards in hand. The rest of his hand isn't particularly great. He's got the grade 3s in hand that he can discard to make his own waterfall quite huge. Give it plus that plus 10k. This isn't an impossible situation to fight out of. That heal trigger is very strong at this stage. And a draw trigger. That will help recover the missing damage with the missing cards that he lost earlier. So will he use the Heat Needle's effect? That's the question. Yes. And it's a very good move because XiangXfn doesn't have any other grade 1s that he wants to call. He has the perfect cards, but you generally don't want to go calling those. So I imagine he'll call the grade 2 to take care of the Bell Cluster Dragon. Now, does he run crits? No, this is just the main draw engine, so he doesn't need to worry about the Vanguard attacking first. He shouldn't be using the effect. He is! He's used the effects to give it +10. I guess he wants to guarantee the damage. He must be feeling he's in a damage race at the moment. 4 damage versus 3. He just wants to bring up some even playing field, give them both 4 damage each. And there's the Overlord. That Overlord's going to be very strong this turn. Sekiryuutei will absolutely counterblast 3 for that. Take care of the rear guards. And also give him a 16k rear guard as well. So he's not called anything else to this left side column here. So that makes me think that those are perfect guards in hand. Because if it was a grade 3, he'd likely call it, just on the basis of maybe hitting a trigger. If it was a grade 2, he'd be calling it there to protect it. If it was a grade 1, he'd probably be calling it back here behind the waterfall, or behind the Overlord. Another draw trigger, that will help, that gives him a bit more advantage. There's one perfect guard we saw. So we know that Sekiryuutei has 1 perfect guard in his deck, and he's already seen 2 perfect guards, so at maximum he can only have 1 perfect guard in his hand. So this is a dangerous situation. XiangXfn is going to have to think very carefully here about what he wants to do. Okay, he's decided to call the grade 3, so that means he can't use the waterfall effect. But is he going to call the perfect guard? He probably shouldn't. But he'll be thinking about it. He'll be thinking, do I want to make that 15k column? He's done it. Okay. He's maybe felt, I've got 5 damage. I'm probably not going to survive next turn unless... Well, there goes the heal trigger. Let's give him the 5k over to... Oh wow, a double heal trigger. Well, that puts him in a much better position now that he's hit both heals. Well, 2 heals, yeah. And that was his last 2 heals. He's used up all of his heal triggers at this point. So, at most, you can only have 1 perfect guard in hand, because that is 3 of them being used, and we saw you drive check 1, so this attack is going to hit, so you're going to have to rely on 1 of your 2 heal triggers in order to survive this turn, which he did not, which means that XiangXfn moves on to round 3.